I'm talking about, babe. Yeah. Now it's time for me to.
Hey y'all. Welcome back to my channel. So I know y'all. Don't, please. Let's just continue like we never left each other. Period. I'm back. I got more stories for you guys, and stuff been going on in my life. And when things go on, sometimes I'm just like tired and I just don't feel motivated, but I have stories. I just gotta I want to give y'all good energy and good content. So if I'm not feeling it, I'm gonna just take a little break and then I'm gonna come back. But I'm not trying to be gone for too long. So I'm like, I need to record for you guys. So I'm bringing y'all some good stories. So today's story is about the time where a friend of mine hit on my husband. So I'm gonna tell y'all that story. And if you haven't already gotten a snack, gotten your drink, got your herbal essence, you know how I do. Get all your stuff together and then just sit back and like just enjoy the content, enjoy the story. I'll make y'all laugh. I might make you smile. I might make your whole week. I don't know. But leave a comment down below and let me know how you been. If you miss me, if it's something that you want to hear from me, another type of video or something from me, some other kind of content or whatever. I know I told you I was going to bring out some type of, if you watched, I do be going live. I must try to start going live with you guys a little bit more often, especially when if I know I'm not going to make a video, I'm going to try to go live. So at least you have something from me. Cause I wanted to go live with y'all the other day, on Saturday. Cause I went out on Saturday and I was like, oh, I should have went live with y'all, but I was drunk. Y'all hear me? I was super drunk. So I was like, yeah, I'm not trying to come when I'm messed up like that. So, cause then I'm gonna be like, girl, and I'm gonna have to take the video down. So like, no, let me not. But anyway, if y'all want me to start going live more often, then yeah, just let me know in the comments down below. Leave a comment on whatever you think your reaction or how you would have taken this if this happened to you. If somebody that you know, a friend of yours, a friend of me, an enemy has hit on your man, leave me a comment and let me know in the stories we all want to hear. I always say we, because all of us be nosy. We be reading that stuff, so we want to know what happened in your situation. So yeah, without further ado, y'all, because I'm rambling, let me get into the story.
2 shots of vodka.
I didn't even tell y'all I'm drinking water today. Cause I was drinking a lot over the weekend, so I gotta get my water back up. Anyway, so this happened some years. I want to say like maybe I think I was like 30 years old. So probably like 9 to 10 years ago. So either I was 29 or I was 30. I don't know. It was a long time ago. Okay, this girl was a childhood friend of mine. So me and her, we grew up together. I used to go to her house all the time. She knows my mom and dad. My parents know her parents. I had briefly, I don't even count her brother, but I briefly dated her brother when we were kids, like 15. So it was a summer thing, like, 3 months, and then he started school and we not together no more. So that was like super briefly. So our families we all knew each other. Like we was together all the time. Even after her brother and me ain't talk no more, we was still like together a lot. Like she would come to my house and my dad would cook for us, and like we had a real good connection, good friendship. But okay, so I'm gonna take y'all back a little bit so y'all could kind of understand some things, because I could tell you the story and then that can be the end of it, but I want to give y'all like just a little bit of back with this story. So me and her, like I said, we was friends from childhood or whatever. So she is a year or 2 years younger than I am. So if I was 15, she was 13. We'll just say that. Okay, we go to high school. So with that, she was a year under me in high school too. So we had classes, because y'all know in high school, sometimes you'll have like a class and you might have like 11th and 10th graders in the same classroom for like maybe, we'll just say like art or band or something like that. You know, they'll mix up the grades or whatever. Okay, so when we got to high school, a lot of things had changed. I didn't really talk to the same people that I talked to when I was in middle school, or yeah, because 9th grade, I rekindled my friend. I'm gonna tell y'all that story after this story. But my friend that's my best friend to this day, me and her was friends in 5th grade, and we rekindled our friendship, or like not even rekindled our friendship. We met each other back in 9th grade because we didn't go to the same school in middle school, if that makes sense. I know y'all like, what the hell? Okay, stay on topic. We're gonna name the girl in the story, we're gonna name the girl Stacy, because I'm like, what name can I name this girl? We're gonna name the girl Stacy. Okay, Stacy is younger than me, like I said, and we had a class together. So when we were in school, we never saw each other ever. When we got to high school, when she got to high school, because I was already in high school, so when she got to high school, me and her, we didn't even talk anymore. Like, we never talked anymore. We would see each other here and there. I was doing my own thing, because like when you were a teenager, you know, you start going through your little trying to figure out you. I had a job, I had a new boyfriend. Like, I was consumed with other things, so I wasn't too, like, if you weren't in my like little bubble circle or whatever, that makes sense, then I wasn't really like dealing with you, if that makes sense. Okay, so school goes on, we graduate, and we all, of course, because even through school, I didn't really talk to her. I didn't see her. I had that one class with her. And even in that one class, like, she was annoying. So, like, as I got older, she started to get on my nerves, if that makes sense. Like, you know, you just grow into different, you know, and then certain things just, like, you're not on the same as you was. Even as an adult, I know y'all understand what I mean. Like, you grow into different paths. People that's doing certain things that you used to do, you don't do that no more. So you like, I ain't with that. So you like separate yourself. So that's kind of like we grew into different paths. I was doing one thing, she was doing something completely different. Okay. We grow into an adulthood, and she ends up going into the service, and I'm still here. But I didn't even know that she had went. I had heard it like from my brother, because my brother and her got real close, real cool, and they never dated, never did nothing like that. So they got real cool, got real close or whatever. So my brother would always like go and see her whenever she would come back in town or whatever. But I wasn't cool like that with her. Like, you know, we went our different ways or whatever. You know, I say, hey, how she doing? Whatever. He tell me, keep it like that. Okay. So now we fast forward, and now I'm 29, and she probably like 27, and she's getting out of the service, and she's coming back here to live permanently. She had a kid already and she got married in the service, and then she ended up getting a divorce from that guy, and so it's just her and her child. Okay, so she down here, and I know all of this stuff because my brother tells me everything. So my brother was like, oh, she want to reach out to you, she want to talk to you, she want to like talk to you and hang out, you know, catch up, whatever. I'm like, okay, cool. So she done went to the service, things change, you grow up, you grow into different, you know, a different mindset, different things. Okay, I don't know you as a grown-up, I know you as a kid. If y'all understand, stay with me. When you a kid, it's different. When you get older, you change, things change, circumstances changes, and it changes you into a different person. So I don't know her as this adult person, just like she doesn't know me as an adult person. She has an idea, but she doesn't know me as this Jolanda. She knows me as my child, Jolanda. Okay, so she comes and she texts me, and we talking on the phone. We talk for a little bit on the phone, and then I'm like, I always have parties, I always have get-togethers, I always have something going on all the time. I always have something going on. It's just been a long time since when the last time I had a party? I had a party in January. That was my first party, like my first like party that I haven't had since, it's been a long time. Like y'all, I used to have parties all the time. But so at this point I was having a party and I had told her to come to the party or whatever. And she was like, cool. Okay, she comes to the party, everything cool. I introduced her to my husband. She kind of had an idea who he was because I was with my husband for a collective before he passed away. We was at 20 years. So most people that knew me as a teenager, this was the same person I was with. So she kind of had an idea because she even asked me on the phone, like, was I still with him? And I said yes. And then, you know, going to the, we got kids, stuff, spew. Okay. She come to the party, everything cool. Everybody there, everybody that know her, because like I said, childhood. So a lot of people do know who she is. So everybody see her, everybody cool. We take pictures, we have fun, we have drinks, everything cool. It's a good time, good vibe, everything's good. Cool. So the party's over. And my husband, this is not the encounter. I'm gonna tell y'all that. But this is just, I'm just giving y'all like back in. So after everything's said and done, my husband had told me, he's like, hey, Stacy was staring at me a little bit and being kind of like, it's kind of, he told me like she was looking at me, but he's like, I don't know if she was looking at me because, you know, maybe she was trying to figure out like, but he's like, she didn't ever say anything to me. She just was like, I could feel her look at me like, and I would turn and I see her look at me. Then I turn around the other way. He's like, it kind of was a little weird. And then I was like, I don't know why she was doing that. And he's like, I don't know either. Like, he just was kind of like telling me like, you know, she was looking at me or whatever. So, okay. So I'm like, I don't know. Maybe she wanted to talk to you, but maybe she just didn't talk. I don't know. I was like, I don't know. So, and then too, I don't ever look too deep into stuff like that. Like, I don't look too deep into stuff like that. I feel like if something is going on, like he can take care of it, and then he'll bring it to me. If you get what I'm saying, he didn't make it seem like she was making him feel uncomfortable. He just said it was kind of weird because every time I would do something or walk by or look, I could feel her like looking at me. And this is a whole party, like it's a whole bunch of people here. So I'm like, maybe she wasn't looking at you. Maybe she was looking at somebody around you or by you or behind you, or maybe it was something like that, you know. He's like, no, she was looking at me. I'm like, okay. So then some weeks passed. She hit me up and she's like, what you doing? I told her nothing. She was like, oh, she wasn't doing that. I was like, oh, you can come over. Because I always tell her, you know, come to my house because I got a backyard. You know, we can sit outside. You can smoke. We can drink, whatever. We can sit outside. We can chill, whatever. Because I got a, you know, backyard with patio and stuff like that. So, like, you know, we cook or we could order food or whatever. She's like, cool, I'm come. So she come over and then she starts to really like talk to my husband. So my husband was in the military as well. So they start talking about like military stuff. And like my husband has like a strong, this is my late husband because I'm not married anymore. If you don't know already, I told you my late husband passed away in 2020. I will tell y'all stories about that. I cannot talk about it like I want to because it's a lot with what happened. So, but I will tell y'all. Just, you gotta be patient with me. Hopefully in the next few months, I'll be able to tell the story. But anyway, let's keep on continuing. They talking about military stuff. My husband at the time is very, very, very strong in his views, especially when it comes to women in military stuff and women in being in fields where it's a male dominant field, if you know what I'm saying. His views are very, very strong, very strong. So, and he's very, very, very masculine. So she wasn't getting offended or anything like that. She just was listening to what he was saying, and she kind of agreed with some of the things that he was saying. They were not in the same branch. She was like, yeah, the branch you was in, I couldn't even think to do some, like, you know. So they was talking about all of that stuff. And even in the conversation, I never felt like stuff was weird. So we go on throughout the night, the day or whatever, and we having drinks. Me and her, we drinking. And he was the type of person that he liked to engage in conversations with us. So like if my friends come around he would talk and want to be under us and drink with us and hang with us and stuff like that. And I have no issue with that. I kind of was used to it. I didn't have no problem with it. Sometimes I would be like, go do whatever you gonna do. We want to talk, we want to talk, like be loose with our talking, or they want to talk to me about whatever they got going on. They don't want you listening. So sometimes I'd be like, go do something, or go find something to do, because they want to talk. But at this particular time, like we always having a conversation, I don't know what I was doing, but I ended up not being in the room. I don't know if I went upstairs. I don't know if I went outside. I don't know what did I do at this time for this to happen. But so I left, right? And when I came back, my husband like kind of gave me like this kind of like look, like, like how you look at somebody, like you look at them, but you look at the other person like, and then he just left. So he went upstairs and he didn't come back out. He stayed gone. So I'm just thinking like, oh, he gone. He finna go, like skedaddle. No. Okay. So we talked, me and her, we still talking. We cool, everything. She was probably at my house for about 3 to 4 hours. She was there for a long time. So we was eating, was drinking, whatever. And my husband took care of, the kids or whatever. He went upstairs and he didn't come back down no more. She left. And then when she left, he came out and he told me, he's like, yeah, Jolanda, you don't have to, she ain't gonna come over here no more. And I'm like, why? And he's like, yeah, I ain't tell you why she was here because I know how you are. And I know you probably would have been trying to fight, or you would have been cussing at the girl, or it would have escalated into something else. Or she might have denied it. He's like, I don't know. I just didn't want it to cause no conflict. So I was like, let me just wait till she leave. But basically he was like, when you left, and I wasn't even gone that long, y'all. I don't know if I went to the restroom. I don't know what I did. I don't remember. 9 times out of 10, I probably went to the restroom, and I always go to the restroom in my room. So I probably went to the restroom. He's like, when you went, he's like, yeah, she stood up, and he was like, she was like walking around, and he's like, she dropped some stuff on the floor, and he's like, she just bent over like real close to where I was, like her ass was in my face. And then she was talking about, am I happy with you? And he's like, she was like, do you want to be with her? And she started touching on his arm. I'm like, she did all of that. I was telling the reason why I'm telling y'all this story, because I was talking to my best friend when I was over the weekend. And I was telling her, I'm like, yeah, I never told nobody this, but I'm like, one of my friends hit on, on my man. She was like, what? Somebody hit on him? I'm like, yeah. Like she pushed up on him. And I never said nothing to nobody, but she was just like, yeah, tell that story. But I'm like, okay, so she bent over in front of him or whatever, and she was just like getting whatever she dropped on the floor. I don't know what she dropped, her purse, whatever, her phone, I don't know. But she bent like ass all in his face or whatever. And then she was like, you want to be with her? You happy with her? And he was like, yeah, like we got kids. Like, do you see like you at our house? Like, yeah, of course I am. And he's like, why are you asking that? Like, what? I'm like, what? And then she's like, y'all been together a very long time, but she's like, I see you don't look like you happy, like saying all this stuff. And I'm like, where is this coming from? I never talked to this girl about nothing I got going on in my marriage. I never talked about nothing personal because I don't know her. Like I said, we just rekindled we just came back into each other's life. So I'm not comfortable with talking about anything personal with people, especially if I just met you. Like that, to me, I feel like, why would I just start talking to you about what I got going on? Anyway, she was just like, you don't look happy. And I'm like, how you don't look happy? I'm like, you happy? I asked him, you happy? He's like, yeah, I'm fine. I never said I wasn't. I never gave off that energy. But he was like, she's like, yeah, at the party, I seen you looking at me, and I know you want, and I want, like, we could see what's going on or whatever. Like, and he's like, no. So he felt some type of way, and he just like, yeah, you gonna have to go. She's like, I'm not leaving. And she's like, you should leave. Like, you should just go. Like, you need to probably go. And then, cause he's like, if she find out, talking about me, if I find out, he's like, she gonna lose her shit, and it ain't gonna be good for you. And she's like, I ain't worried about her. I'm like, wow. So that's why he had went upstairs, because she didn't want to leave. So when I came back down, they wasn't even talking when I came back down. I don't know if they heard me like come in or whatever, and they just quit talking. So I come down and I'm just like talking to her while I'm walking down the stairs. I'm like talking to her or whatever, and she talking back to me. Then he's like, I'm gonna go upstairs. He told me I'm gonna go upstairs, whatever. So he left, went upstairs. I didn't think he was gonna stay up here. I thought he was gonna come back down, but he didn't. He just gave me that look, like I told y'all, like that look, like looked at her and then looked at me and then looked at her and then just went upstairs. And I'm like I said, I didn't think nothing of it, because nobody ever did nothing like that before. I'm always the one who gets stuff done to me by people, boys, friends and shit like that. So I was just like shocked. So she left and he told me all of that stuff, and I just was like, why you ain't tell me when she was here? I wasn't even angry about it, because I was just like, that shit is weird. I'm like, for her to just come back into my life and then do that to me, like, that's so weird. And like, what's the motive behind it? So I was just like, yeah, I ain't gonna fuck with her no more. So I did not confront her. I know y'all probably like, did you call her? No, I didn't call her. I didn't confront her. I just completely like cut her off. Like, I didn't talk to her no more. I didn't hit her up. She would hit me from time to time and be like, how I'm doing, how the kids doing. And I wouldn't even give her like no response to like what I had going on. I just like, we good. That's it. It wasn't nothing else. I never was like, did you do this? Because I feel like if I believed him, he told me, so I believed him. And I was like, if he would have said it to me in front of her, then I would have, of course, I would have went off. I would have turned the fuck up. I would have probably lost my shit, because I don't like that type of stuff. So I know I would have said a lot more than just talking. I probably would have put my hands on the girl, but he knew, so he didn't tell me that. But I was just like, I ain't gonna talk to her no more. She can't come over here. I said, she can't come to my house no more. She can't, that's done. I said, I ain't talked to her in God knows how many years. It was well over 10 years since we was in high school. Then you come back into my life and then you hit on my husband and you do it in a disrespectful way. Like, I mean, either way it go, it don't matter if she would have said it that way or she would have said it the other way. The point is, it's disrespect. I've been friends with her. I knew her way before I knew him. She was in my life a long time ago, but like I said, I don't know her as this adult person. Grimy, I don't know. So I was just like, that's like so weird, so strange. Like, what was you gaining? What type of person you are? And my brother was telling me like, that's how she's snaky like that. Cause see, I don't know. I didn't know, cause I don't talk to her like that. But okay, so time progressed, right? I don't talk to the girl no more. I'm gonna just give y'all like this little, like how snaky the girl is. So the girl had lied and told her brother that my brother been trying to sleep with her. And cause see, her and my brother was real cool. So cool, like my brother would take my kids to go to her house or whatever, and she would text me, but like, oh, I seen the girls, they so beautiful, da-da-da. And I'm like, you went over her house? And he's like, yeah. But my brother didn't know that she did that until he told me that she said that they been trying to sleep together. And my brother was like, I ain't never ever tried to sleep with that girl ever. I ain't never hit on that girl. It's like, she like a little sister to me. He's like, why would I even, do something like that? We've been friends forever. Like, we just cool. And I'm like, yeah, she's snaky. And he was like, yeah, she's snaky. She lied and said a whole bunch of stuff. A lot on my brother about a whole bunch of stuff. I ain't gonna get into all of that because that's my brother's business to tell, not mine. But she had lied and said a whole bunch of stuff about stuff going on with my brother. And that wasn't even true. And my brother was like, I cut her off completely. Like, I don't talk to that girl at all. Like, I blocked her. I don't talk to her. She started lying, saying all this stuff. And he's like, she's a snake. And I'm like, yeah, you have no idea how snaky she is. I was like, I don't talk to her at all either. I haven't talked to her in years. Like, now, since I was probably 30. So, y'all know how old I am. So I'm like, it's been years. So I just had thought about that because I was just like, what would I do now? I know what I would do now. I probably would do the same thing. I probably would not, if the person is not in my face, in my presence, I don't feel like I'm going to I'm not going to contact you. I'm not going to contact you. I'm not going to call you. I'm not going to say nothing to you. I'm just not going to ever fuck with you again. Like, you're going to get cut off and be wondering why she don't talk to me. But if you know what you did, then you have an idea of, oh, maybe that's why. I'm just not going to do it. But if you're in my face and he tells me that you hit on him or you did something like that, then yeah, I'm probably going to snatch all your hair out your head, your wig off your head. I might slap all your lashes off. I don't know. I might hurt you. Yeah. I'm going to laugh to jail. Yeah, that's what we going to do. But anyway, y'all like the story. If you had anything similar, a situation happen in your life, somebody hit on your man, somebody hit on your girlfriend, somebody did anything, your friend backstabbed you, took your man, knowing that's your man. I also seen a story about that too, that best friends, and the best friend stole her best friend, baby daddy, boyfriend, whatever he was to her. I hate saying baby daddy, this shit is so ghetto. But her man that they had a child together with, and the girl was at the baby shower, everything, and now that's her dude. I would have killed her. She would have been six inches in the ground. It would have been a shallow grave. I'd have killed her. But anyway, let me know, y'all, what y'all would do in this situation. And on to the next story, because this recording day. So I will see you guys in my next upload. Until then, bye, y'all.